to shove John Meliza out of the way, and looks like a card has been issued, I think, to Audi Menzi too. On your screens, Cebu trying to catch up. Hopefully, it's na pwede pang laruin ni Coach Glenn, but hopefully it could inject something new. And with that delivery, could something happen? Another heart attack. Kaya will have to give it another try here. Good pass down that right flank. Just a good cross to Ray, and heads away by the defender. Another shot! Resharpen the tool if they want to keep using it. And in comes the delivery now. Someone a shot! No! Cebu just throwing everything they have. Liao with a header! And no, that would have been off.
A clash between last year's league champions and final series champions will look to shake things up in the upper half of the standings. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex for the Visayan Derby. This is a huge one. It's Kaya FC Iloilo traveling to the home of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. My name is Jamer De La Cruz alongside Glenn Casas. And Glenn, what a match we have out here. These two sides will be squaring off, hoping to move up and challenge One Taguig FC in the top of the table standings. What do you make up of the match we have at hand?
High pressure situation this is going to be, because right now they are really hot on the tails of the league leader Cebu, and they really just want to keep the momentum going. Meanwhile, Kaya has been struggling in the direction that they want to go. Gusto nilang mag-push forward. They want to keep a good set of results, pero so far it's not happening for them at the moment.
Well, the struggle is real for Kaya FC Iloilo, but before anything else, we want to discuss about the standings so far, Glenn. We do have one Taguig FC at the top of the standings with 39 points in 14 matches. Below them is Dynamic Herb Cebu FC with just 5 points. Same with Kaya FC Iloilo in third with 5 points, but the difference is Kaya has played two more games. So the pressure is on the defending champions, we could say, Glenn.
Yes, that definitely is the case, and it is quite, it's quite difficult for them right now to really get into the thick of things, because most of the teams have started adjusting. They've already gotten the form that they wanted, and currently benefactor to that form would be Cebu One Taguig, and surprisingly Manila Digger, also another team in the mix that is also on the hunt for silverware this year. Kaya has, we can effectively say, they have kind of lost some edge, and right now teams are really catching up to them.
Well, with Kaya FC Iloilo on a downward spiral out of the Dynamic Herb Cebu FC here stadium, we'll be hoping that they could get a one-up on their rivals, Kaya FC Iloilo. Maganda rin pag-usapan natin, Glenn, no? You have Kaya traveling to Cebu. The last time that they've met was in the first round. Kaya FC Iloilo has won 3-0 against Cebu that time, with Jan Meliza opening up the scoring, followed by Mike Ott and then Zambrano closing out the game. Thing there is that Kaya will be in an unfamiliar territory right now as they are being hosted by Cebu. What do you make up of that?
Well, so far it's really difficult to see how things will progress from this point moving forward, because right now on the screen we see here the formation 4-4-1-1. This particular team has already started to parang you can say find their identity, kasi they have been in character for the last few matches at home. They love just putting people in difficult places, asking the right questions, and they have overloaded. It's like they've been playing with one or two more players than the other team so far pag nanonood ka sa mga laban nila.
Well, midfield is the key for Dynamic Herb Cebu FC as we look into the starting lineups for the Gentle Giants. You're you're having a 4-4-1 formation of their tip of the spear for Coach Glenn Ramos and Dynamic Herb Cebu FC out here. But there's one particular guy that we want to look more into, and that is the player to watch, jersey number 14 for Cebu, which is Jaime Rosquillo. A young, talented player for Cebu, has been in the thick of action most of the time, and he's also one of the key figures for Dynamic Herb Cebu FC in their run of wins at home. Keep in mind that Cebu hasn't conceded any goals so far whenever they play their games at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex, Glenn.
Yeah, that's true. And Jaime Rasquilla has been one of those that has been really reliable, along with his partner Demiroglu. They kept a good partnership. Nagsasalitan sila. They keep the anchor at the back. They can really make sure the counter attacks are neutralized at an early stage, or as high as parang malayo pa lang sa goalkeeper, they could already stop attacks from there.
Well, let's listen in to Coach Glenn Ramos of Cebu FC on what they have in stock against Kaya FC Iloilo.
Right, good afternoon. This is a good match against Kaya, and the team is really more than 100% to prepare for this game, and we are positive to to our goals in 3 points for tonight's game, and we are excited because this is our home, and we play tough game tonight.
Coach, it is expected to have a good crowd tonight. So it is the team's 12 months. So what are your expectations from this part?
This is good for our team because this is our venue, and we're excited for the 3 points tonight.
That's that's Coach Glenn Ramos of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. Really excited for this clash between Kaya FC Iloilo and Dynamic Herb Cebu FC, as we have the squad in the middle of the field. Tensions for both sides, probably more on the side of Dynamic, or rather Kaya FC Iloilo, who's really on a downward spiral right now. They have lost their pivotal games against Manila Digger FC and One to Kick FC, and have lost points against Stallion Laguna, but they have a chance to bounce back against the team that is level on points in the standings with them. Take a look at the starting lineups for Kaya FC Iloilo. You have Patrick Dato in the middle of the goal for Coach Yu Ashide and his side. You have Tayo Toyoda helping out Patty Malaman Soko at the back. Mike Ott is someone who you will be looking out for in the middle of the field. He's been on a tear for Kaya FC Iloilo in the past few games. You also have Brandon Zambrano and Marvin Santiano. Jan Meliza looking to help out up front. Marco Casambre at the back, and Julius Mirbach is pairing up with Martini Ray and Kaishu Yamazaki, hoping to operate as the midfield general for Coach Yu Ashide.
Now that will be quite interesting because Gaia appears to really stick to its guns right now. Similar formation, very minimal changes to their attacking line, to their starting lineup right now, and it is quite important for them to really just dig deep here because this is a really tough ground to play in. Cebu has never lost at home just yet, so this is going to be a very tall order for the defending champions.
Well, we have the personnel on the field, Glenn. Plenty of anticipation for this game. I'm sure a lot of fans out there are hoping for a firecracker of a match between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo, as we have Chris Mark Nanyola assisted by Giovanni La Chica and Ian Christopher Salon with the whistle and the flags. Our fourth official is Jasper Gerarman, and our match commissioner is Mr. Joseph Kinsaya. Just a few minutes before the start of the much anticipated derby between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. While we wait, a fixture over in Manila is heating up between Don Bosco Garelli United and Maharlika FC. Scoreline is currently 1-1 at halftime in that match. Turn our focus over to the Dynamic Herbs Borromeo Sports Complex for the kickoff. And we have kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Kaya FC Iloilo playing from left to right, wearing all black. And Dynamic Herb Cebu FC with all red kits. Expect non-stop action in this 45 minutes in the first half. And of course, the 45 minutes on the other half as well, with Cebu looking to clear the ball out. Diano ready to gather the ball for Kaya. Asana tried to give chase but unable to do so. Goktu Demiroglu clearing the ball out. Mike Ott with possession takes it back. Easy does it for Yamazaki as he frees up the man on the left side. Clearance by Cebu. Still trying to move forward is Kaya FC Iloilo. Almost on the counter attack, but has been cleared out for a throw-in.
Cebu really just utilizing their forwards there to get that space on the wings. It's typical for them to start off with those little small attacks up front, but as we would see later on, the midfield is really key to this.
Demiroglu with the... And it'll be throw-in for Kaya FC Iloilo. Again, Kaya hasn't won in their last 4 fixtures, or rather 3 fixtures, which are very pivotal. 2 of them being 6-pointers against One Taguig FC and Manila Digger FC. This game is also a 6-pointer for Dynamic Herb Cebu FC, given that they're 2 games behind Kaya in the standings, but they're level on points. So if maximum points were given to Cebu in the remaining 2 matches that they have, they could have an advantage of at least 6 points over Kaya FC Iloilo in the standings.
And considering that the chase for silverware this season is, you could really say this is the most competitive season compared to the previous one. So every point will definitely count.
With the attack for Kaya, easily thwarted by Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. But a foul has been given in favor of the defending champions. That was Zambrano who was taken down. A chance for a free kick here. First 3 minutes of the game, and we're seeing some pressure coming on from the visitors.
And this is where Kaya might have a slight advantage in Mike Ott when it comes to his accuracy with the free kicks.
So here's the shot from Mike Ott, headed in. That was saved well by Joseph K. Seniza. But early threat coming in from the defending champions, as they are really wanting to get all 3 points in the bag here.
Seniza really quick to that, and that was a reflex, as you could see. He had no time to think and really just reacted on instinct there. Demiroglu, that's quite a
Talking
clearance
about
as well on your
reflexes, sorry
screen.
to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off, Glenn. As Kaya had an opportunity there with the team captain, Janjan Melisa, almost taking the ball into the back of the net of Dynamic Curve Cebu, but they only concede a corner. Second one, I believe, for Kaya in this game. Going to be an in-swinger, though. Here's the delivery inside the box, and he's forced to punch that out. Another corner to be given for Kaya. Here's the delivery from Zambrano. Tussle inside the box, and Cebu will breathe another sigh of relief.
Gaia has been relentless in adding the pressure for the first few minutes, but you can see how well organized Cebu defense is right now in just getting that ball out. But so far, they've not been able to successfully transition from defense to attack in the last few minutes here.
Well, Cebu will have a chance to breathe a bit as they have a goal kick at hand here from Seniza. Good pass forward looking for Abu C, but unable to connect. So Kaya looking for that counter, but just kicking that ball out for a throw. Ball goes back to Patrick Dato. Easy does it for the goalkeeper of Kaya FC Iloilo, who has been punching himself over the last two defeats that he had, or that Kaya had, against Manila Digger FC and One Taguig FC. Kaya now on the left side, trying to move forward. Good defense shown by Dynamic Herb Cebu. First 5 minutes has been eventful. There's a shot from distance, and he's once again. Melisa gets the ball for Kaya, curling that in, but unable to do so as it goes out for a goal kick.
They just left a lot of space there for Melisa to take that shot. And you know he loves those curled shots so much that he's already scored a few of them with that kind of from that kind of range.
So another goal kick for Dynamic Herb Cebu over here. Both sides just test her out. Kaya with more opportunities on goal compared to the home side. Trying to move forward now, though. Zambrano unable to dispossess. Makiling trying to move forward. But Diano now clears the ball out for Cebu. Chance on the right side with Janjan Melisa. Good header out by Villanueva. Concedes a corner, I believe, for Kaya. So Janjan with the corner here. Opting to go far post. Cleared away. Zambrano with a shot. Mayor back hoping for that header, but unable to connect on target. So again, Cebu with a goal kick. Seniza opts close range for Demiroglu. And Cebu are having hard time getting that ball out of their own final third, as Kai's been applying pretty much a lot of pressure on the defense of Cebu. It'll go back momentarily for Diano, though. Now they move to the right with Melisa, to the middle for Ott. Good 1-2 passing. Ott still with the ball, looking for Mir back on the left side. Still with Ott. Or rather, Mir back with a shot. Good block. And it goes straight to Ceniza.
Considering the quality of competition that Cebu has faced at home, I think Kaya is one of those that has a lot of threat up front, and this time they are really struggling to just get a groove on getting the defensive structure correctly. And so far, Kaya has been making them pay through the chances. It might not be too far when the cracks would start to show.
Well, Cebu having a hard time moving forward as they concede another throw-in. Kaya starts from that deep left side. Long ball forward here for Cebu. Gone out for a throw. Long ball forward once again for Cebu. Abusi not getting near the chance. First 10 minutes have gone by in this game, Glenn, and so far, Kai's been making use of the chances that they've been given by Cebu on the other side.
Yeah, that is right. And so far, Cebu has really just been in a cycle of just trying to get the ball as far away from the final attacking third as they can. It's a really big contrast as compared to the opening minutes.
Kaya with a throw. Chance here. Goktuk Demiroglu trying to get the ball away from Mirbak. Successfully doing so in the clearance now for the Gentle Giants. Only as far as Manuan Soko. Exchanging passes with Yamazaki. Ball already on the way out, but play still continues for Kaya. Not anymore as Makiling sends the ball forward. Player goes down. Manuan Soko with the foul. I think that was on Abusi. Again, Cebu with a chance of their own. Abusi on the right side. Good passing. Diano with the coverage. The foul has been committed by the Gentle Giants. So a free kick in favor of Dynamic Herb Cebu. Diano on the right side, moving forward. Finding Melisa. Mike on to Diano. Diano on the turn. He has the opportunity to take a shot. Goktuk Demiroglu with a clearance. Or with the block rather. And now, Dynamic Herb Cebu on the counter-attack. A chance. Castano freeing up Abusi. But Tato will gather for Kaya.
That was a beautiful reading of the game. And Abusi was out there in the open, just ready to pounce on that ball. Really just unfortunate that napabigat ng konti ang pasa.
So 12 minutes in, Cebu with too much pressure being put on for Kaya. Villanueva goes down, no foul says the referee, and on the other side, that was Kapawa who gets the ball back for Cebu.
Medyo kumalma-kalma na yung defense ng Cebu. They have been given a little bit of space here by Kaya to move a little, and look at what they're doing now. They just nicked it back with a lot of space on that right side.
Demiroglu with the clearance for Cebu. Nervy moments for the Giants here. Homestand is on threat against the defending champions Melisa. Finding Yamazaki, unable to go for the turn. Villanueva against Melisa. And the ball goes back to the side of the Gentle Giants.
Kanina akala natin that Kaya was just letting them loose a little bit, but then that opened up an opportunity to have that space on that right side. And Kaya so far has been loving that right side, and that's supposed to be the area of Jaime Rosquillo.
Well, he's someone that we're looking out for in this game, Rosquillo. Quite concerning as well that most of the chances are going through that side, given the performance that he's had over the past few games. But it's different when you're facing the defending champions who's thirsty for the 3 points, Glenn.
Yeah, and who wants it more, who's willing to run a little bit more extra. So far, both of these teams wants it.
So far, the first quarter of the first half has gone by, and we're still at a scoreless affair here at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. Winner here could get 3 points and get closer to one Taguig with a 5-point advantage at the top and plenty of games at hand. Counter-attack time for Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. Onto the left side they go for Asano. Asano with a shot, curling in! Opener for the Gentle Giants. And they have a lead over the league champions, Glenn.
And that shot itself, they just left him open in the open to take that shot so freely. Look at this here. They were trying their best to just block the path. And Dato, again, just picking the ball from the back of the net. Full stretch, but still couldn't reach. That was the shot of the highest order.
Goal of the season contender for Kaito Asano, curling that pass, Patrick Dato. The height was there, but he was unable to reach it. And once again, the defending champions of the Philippines Football League on the back foot. This is the third time this year that Kaya is playing out with a 1-0 deficit against those at the top of the standings. And if you're a Kaya FC Iloilo fan, it's really concerning given that you have lost a 6-pointer against one Taguig and another 6-pointer against Manila Digger FC.
And again, can I just put a highlight there? Kaito Asano, when he started with his debut, he was still struggling to find form in the Cebu squad. And right now, for the last 4 games, he has been ripping the defenses to shreds. And so far, even with the more strengthened defense like Kaya, he is still able to wreak havoc and score goals just like that.
Again, quality from Asano to make sure that he puts the Gentle Giants ahead in this Visayan Derby. Goal in the 16th minute of the game for Kaito Asano, a curling one as well. Let's see what the answer is going to be from Kaya. Maluman Soko on the right side with the clearance. Gathered well by the defense of Cebu. Meanwhile, on the counter-attack here, Mirbach on the left side, rather in the middle. Looking for the pass was Ray, and unable to connect. To a corner once again for Kaya.
I just really not taking a lot of urgency on this one.
Here's the corner delivery, cleared away once again by the Gentle Giants. No problem whatsoever for them to clear the ball. And they're looking for that counterattack as well. Cebu faithfuls amidst late still making their way inside the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex for this Visayan Derby.
While that's happening, Glenn Ramos is on the ground right now after receiving a really physical tackle there.
Hoping nothing too serious for Ramos out here. Against sweltering heat as well.
Well, so far, the Philippine weather has been starting to get a little bit cool again. So far, it might help a little bit with the fitness of the players on the field.
Let's see if that's gonna play into factor as Cebu hoping to go one more time against Kaya out here. They have a 1-0 advantage. Abu C with a strike straight to the gloves of Patrick Dato.
I think Kaya was just relying on their goalkeeper a little bit too much there. The gap between the defenders to at least deny Cebu to get a ball into the final attacking third has been quite poor. And you can see that the shot was just taken without much of a block in the way.
Looks like Abu C might have hurt himself in that attempt as he's asking for medical attention. Hoping nothing too serious for Abu C. Glad you've joined us, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jamer De La Cruz alongside Glenn Casas, calling the action in this Visayan Derby. And if you've missed it, Kaito Asano with a lovely strike in the 16th minute to give the go-ahead for the Gentle Giants at home against the defending champions, Kaya FC Iloilo. Back to action we go. Toyota with the pass to Zambrano, exchanging passes with Toyota. Zambrano on the right side for Kaya. They've been exploiting that right side, but this time around they are being very careful with their movements as they've been caught on the counter-attack by Asano and Cebu. Yamazaki slots back into that center back role for Kaya. Most of the time he's in midfield, but in situations like this that Kaya is on the back foot, expect that he'll be dropping back into center back role and juggling towards midfield as Melisa on the right side being challenged by Villanueva. Good tackle. Ball goes out in favor of Cebu. A little bit of a encounter between FEU, young blood and new blood between Melisa and Villanueva.
And also, that was a good physical movement there from Villanueva to just usher the ball, get it out of Melisa's possession. Parang sinimplihan lang niya yung galawan eh.
You would say na he's grown into this Dynamic Herb Cebu squad after his stint with Tuloy. But counterattack once again for Cebu. Into the middle they go. Cleared away. Only as far as the number 92, Kapawa. Dr. Demiroglu calming things down for Cebu at the moment. Moving forward are the red shirts. Good passing, but intercepted. Maluman Soko being pressured on the turn. Was able to clear out. Casambre finds Yamazaki. Long ball forward now, but unable to find a teammate once again for Kaya.
You could really appreciate Kaya's positivity here in not getting all of their players back to help with the defensive duties. But you could see yung pasa na yun, they were not utilizing the people in midfield and just tried to hoof it forward with hope na may makakuha sa harap. And it's just not working for them right now.
It's been the same story for Kaya. Whenever they're on the back foot against Wantagig and Manila Digger FC, they're struggling to find their chances up front. Seems like they're being forced to defend most of the time whenever they concede. Diano on the right side, finding Melisa. 1-2 passing with Melisa and Ray. Zambrano, Yamazaki back to Ray in the middle. Yamazaki back into that center mid role. Again, he's playing center back, center midfield for Kaya. Mike Ott to the middle. Melisa pass one, takes a shot. Deflection. Seniza almost staving a chance for a corner, but unable to do so.
Another dead ball situation for the defending champs here. And it's really quite interesting na dyan talaga sila ngayon nakakakuha ng good chances. Unlike that one.
Seniza rising over the pressure there. Was able to gather the ball from the corner. Diano. Zambrano on the turn. To the middle for Ray. Goes down. No foul called. A challenge from Zambrano and a foul is called on Zambrano.
Bit of a late tackle there, but yeah, referee just judged it as a foul and nothing more. An opportunity for Cebu to again utilize the people up front. Now that's a big reverse in ability here. Kaya has been struggling with the long passes to find somebody up front, which, by the way, on your screen, Kapawa is still on the ground. Cebu, on the other hand, ang lethal ng mga long passes nila because there's always somebody in space that's ready to receive that ball and punish the defenders for not really marking that person.
The free kick for Cebu, headed away by Malumanzoko. And again, struggling to get that away from their final third as Kaya has been dispossessed. Another chance for Cebu. It has been punched away for a corner though by Patrick Dato.
Dato just
Look at this one again, Glenn.
Wow. Such power behind it as well. You know that if Dato wasn't able to put a glove on it, that was surely their second goal. And again, the defense was nowhere to be seen there. They were really close, but they were not in any sort of proximity to at least bother the chance.
The corner for Cebu. An in-swinger. Headed in by Rosquillo, but unable to connect on target. But again, the pressure is mounting on Kaya FC Iloilo's side out here. They're trying to clear the ball out, but just getting it into another red shirt. Kapawa, long ball forward onto the left side. That was Asano was caught by the offside flag.
Offside, but yet you saw that when he got the ball in space, he was already almost on his way. So that's really one of the key things that they love to take advantage of, and Kaya has been giving them plenty of space in that regard. Ooh, Cebu with a quick snappy pass there.
Good clearance by Toyota to make sure that the pressure won't be too much for them to handle.
Another chance here for Cebu to really just punish the defense. They've been able to get that ball that far, and they have key players in key positions that's ready to receive it. They lose the ball. Gaia wants to get it ahead as quick as they can. Center backs doing their job though. With an opportunity now, they are going to go to that right area there. You're back. Trying to move it forward. Still with Gaia. And that cross has been dealt with nicely. But still, Kaya can turn it again. The opportunity goes begging.
Kaya trying to exploit that right side as they move near back from the left to the right. But still, they're having difficulties in breaking through the defense of Cebu, who's really placed themselves well after getting that 1-0 lead.
Could be another chance here.
Diano with a cross, a shot. Ray gets it in, and that's the equalizer. Yes, it is. That is the equalizer for Kaya FC Iloilo. A lovely touch, lovely pass from Diano, giving Martin Ray the clearance to take a shot and level things up in the 30th minute of action.
And again, it is on the favored right flank of Kaya where the feed came in. Additional action here off the ball. Now 13 minutes into this matchup, and we have level pegging here. This is not going to be the same walk in the park that Cebu is used to. Cebu kicks us off once again. Looking for some space on that left side, but Kaya manages it. Zambrano now. Helps to start the attack from the back. Kaya looking for some space. They find Murbach there on that right side. Shot well blocked by Kapawa. But still, Kaya retains possession and a quick throw in. Diano tries to lay it off to his teammate there. Unsuccessful.
And again,
So
Kaya.
far,
Sorry about that.
yes, my friend.
Kaya has been trying to exploit the right side. Good goal, actually, in that sequence with Ray and Diano. They've found that right side has been working for them. And kung napapansin mo, Glenn, no, karamihan ng bola ay dito pupunta sa kanan itong Dynamic Curve Cebu. But it's quite a concern right now as we see Diano down in the middle of the field being checked by the referee.
Mukhang he is worse for wear, but he will be carrying on. Pero yun nga, yung kanina pa natin napapansin na meron silang konting focus on that right side. And then, the effectivity after switching and nung nilagay nila si Murbach on that side, that's where the deliveries became a little bit more intense. And I think that's one of the key changes that they've made in-game.
Good adjustment so far for both sides. We are in for quite a battle. 1-1 between Dynamic Herb Cebu and Kaya FC Iloilo. Once again, this is a battle to get that 3-point advantage. But after this game, if, let's say, Kaya wins this and Cebu gets maximum points on their remaining matches, they're still going to be 3 points ahead at the least over Kaya FC Iloilo, because they are 2 games behind the defending champions. But it's still going to be a momentum boost for Kaya who has been in a slump over the last 3 games. But they're going to be caught by the counterattack by Cebu. On the left side, or right side, is Makiling. Great save by Dato. They're looking for a corner. The referee says otherwise.
And that is another outstanding player that came out from the exodus of a lot of key players from Cebu. Leo Makiling has been one of those key figures that stepped up. Yung contribution niya to the goals, to the assists, has been spectacular over the last few games. At makikita nga natin dito na nakita at nabasa niya yung passing lane na pwede niyang take advantage on that right side kanina.
Speaking of passing lanes, Glenn, Malumanzoko trying to exploit that right side once again with Mirbak being shifted on that side. You notice Melisa has been switched to the left. Foul committed by Mirbak, who's pleading his case, but it's not going to be given by the referee. So the play will go to the side of the hosts.
This is certainly a good shift in tactics here from Kaya to just make those adjustments when they realized that it wasn't working for them with the earlier exchanges.
Long ball forward for Cebu. Diana will cover the lanes that can be exploited by the red shirts. Dato not needing to hold on to that ball. Malumanzoko brings it back to the goalkeeper. First 30 minutes has been full of action here, the dynamic Herbo Romeo Sports Complex. The Visayan Derby is living up to its expectations so far. And Kaya, after going 1-0 down, finally able to get the answers. In the last 3 games, they haven't been able to do that. They were able to lead against Stallion the last time around, but was canceled late by Stallion Laguna FC. In the other 2 games are 1-0 deficits. It's a good sign so far for Coach Yuashide and Kaya FC Iloilo. Offside has been called for Cebu.
But again, this is where Cebu has really stepped up in the last few games, where they, after conceding a goal, they would normally just harden up the defense even more and would make it really difficult for the teams to get that ball into the final attacking third. But again, the difference now is that there is a lot of quality coming from the Kaya squad right now that could put a good ball into that final attacking third.
Kaya looks to reset themselves. Nine minutes remaining in the first half, and we're still at a stalemate. If you're a neutral, this is a game that is fitting to your entertainment. Melisa on the left side, unable to get the pass through to Ott, but still gets the ball. Yamazaki being covered well by the number 15 Ramos. Clearance for Cebu. There is a deflection, so the throw-in goes to the side of the Gentle Giants once again.
And this time, Kaya has shifted their focus on that left side. But again, whenever that Melisa gets that ball, he does have the tendency to either take it on himself or make a back pass or find somebody in the middle. He is not really the type who tends to push it through up front and deliver a good cross. And I think that's the main difference why they had to shift the sides earlier with Mirbak.
Good adjustment though for Cebu, as they have brought Demiroglu deeper into that center back role, more of center and left back role. Mirbak on the other side against Villanueva through the scissors, unable to get past 2 players to the middle for Zambrano. Yamazaki on the turn, still with Yamazaki. Ott being pressured by 3 red shirts. Ramos thought about the clearance. Now moving forward is Cebu. On to the right side they go. It looks like Makiling. Gutierrez asking for it in the middle. Rhino fakes it. Toyota with a great defense for Kaya. Maluman Soko unable to head it away, and now they will clear it out thanks to that passing lanes opened up by Yamazaki.
Cebu's real strength is when they are able to catch the defense off guard and out of position. And when they wait for the game to slow down like that, they do give Kaya the opportunity to reorganize and make it difficult for them to thread the ball.
Janjan right now with Martini Ray. Good pass to the left side, but too much gusto on that pass towards Mirbach. You gotta love how Kaya has been rotating their squad out here, Glenn. Mirbach has been playing from left wing to right wing role. Martini shifting from center forward to the right wing. So they are trying to exploit those pockets of space at the back line of Cebu.
And I think they're also correcting the mismatches in defense as well. So far, it's been difficult for Cebu to really do a one-on-one on each of their marks so far, but effectively, Cebu as a whole, as a unit, has been able to defend most of the attacks coming from the visitors.
Right now, Mike Ott looking for the pass for Martini Ray, but unable to connect. Rhino Gutierrez keeps it in play for Cebu. On the counter attack, they go. Asano trying to find that space on the left side. Still with Gutierrez. Pass to the left. Toyoda with a great defense. Chance here for Cebu. Still unable to clear it out. Now Zambrano moving forward for the black shirts. Mirbach on the right side against Villanueva. Too strong of a touch, and that goes out for a goal kick.
This is turning out to end-to-end stuff, something that neutral fans would definitely love to see.
Beniza has been challenged quite a few times in this game and have conceded a goal as well against Kaya. But make no mistake, Patrick Dato, the custodian of Kaya FC Iloilo, has conceded first. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Still level. Asano against Toyoda on that left side. Still with Asano. To the middle they go. Chance here for Gadia. Thought about it. Ramos with a shot just over the bar for Glenn Thomas Ramos.
And that was good thinking from his teammates there. They saw that Glenn Ramos had ample space in front of him. They just needed to get that ball into a good spot in front. And Glenn just making that run, taking that shot. It's just too bad it just went a little bit over.
Dato asking for his teammates to move up as he sets himself up for this goal kick. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Glenn, your assessment so far with the end-to-end stuff that we have between Kaya and Cebu?
Well, first is Cebu really has a strong lineup. As you can see from the way that the quality of the passes that they're making, the movement, they are really good. And I think that's what really led to the first goal. But Kaya's ability, their ability to make adjustments on the fly, that's one of the reasons why they were able to keep up, mitigate some of the attacks, and in the end, equalize at around 30 minutes.
Good look at Coach Glenn Ramos. Make no mistake, there are two Glenn Ramoses on the stadium right now. One is a number 15 and the other the coach. Great atmosphere as well. The dynamic Bartomeo Sports Complex almost filled to the rafters in this Visayan derby. Eliza with the pass forward for Ray. Tried to bring it back but unable to find a teammate. Dance here once again for Cebu but thwarted. Mike Ott to Ray. Good pass to the middle. Melisa with the strikes and Niza with that save.
That was beautiful in terms of passage of play. Mike, just laying the ball so nicely. Let's have a look at that again. Melisa, the ball was rolling perfectly into his path, and he knows where he wants to put it. But so did Seniza, and Seniza just leaping towards that. What a save and what a shot.
Close range from Mirbach, unable to connect. Last minute of play in regular time. We're going to expect a couple of minutes for stoppages here. Counter-attack for Cebu. Chance here on the right side against Dato. What a lovely save from Dato. And he clears the ball out as well. Good stuff from Kaya FC Iloilo's goalkeeper.
Cebu was on their feet there. That was a perfect pass. The flag stayed down, and the save, it has to be at the same level. And the good thing, he was able to do the second ball as well. It was dangerous.
Still have the chance here though. Cebu on the left side. Rhino Goods here, switching the play to the right. Demiroglu looking for a teammate. Kapawa onto the right flank. Looking for the cross. Ramos cleared away. Only as far as another red shirt. Kapawa looking for the strike. Cleared out. Ray looking for the feed to the left. Able to find a teammate as well. Oh, take a look at this, Glenn. 9 minutes of added time here in the first half. If we can confirm that, yes, that is 9 minutes added on here. So plenty of time. Parang nagdagdag na isa pang quarter as we have another injury inside the box for Kaya, I think.
Parang napaisip din ako eh. Did we really have that much stoppage in the first half?
Seems like we did. I think that was when a couple of players went down. But nevertheless, we've been given plenty more time here at the Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex for this action between Kaya and Cebu. Looks like Dayton needs some medical treatment. He's been in the thick of action since the start of this game, Glenn.
Yeah, and both him and Seniza had been tested well enough in the last few minutes, both end-to-end stuff, both full stretch saves. And so far, this has been an exciting game because both keepers now have decided that that will be the only goals that they will concede today. And hopefully, they keep going at it.
The clean sheet is still a thing in the past for Kaya as they have conceded earlier on. But another thing here is that this is the first time that a team has scored at the Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex other than Cebu in 2026, if my memory serves correctly.
Let me see. I think earlier on it was Philippine Army actually who had scored against them surprisingly. But after that encounter with Philippine Army, they have never conceded a goal in the last 3 games. Mendiola, Tuloy, Maharlika, none of them were able to breach the net.
Oh, yep. So they're currently on a 3-game streak of clean sheets out here. Philippine Army scoring 2 in that game back in February 11th. So Kaya, second team to break through here at the Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex. There is the confirmation that we are looking for, Glenn. 3 minutes of added time. So nagulat din tayo.
Nagulat din ako eh.
That there was so much time of stoppage, but that is it. That's the signal for halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Referee Chris Martignola calls time at the end of the first 45 minutes. It's been end-to-end stuff, but it's 1-1 between Kaya FC Iloilo and Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. We'll be back after a few moments for the halftime stats statistics and analysis. Don't go away, folks.
Alright, dito naman tayo sa level 2. Good milk goal. next. Oh, that went down. All right, we'll go to the level 3, partner.
Alright. Kabula dyan, partner, kasi medyo hindi makaabot.
Yes.
Okay,
Are we going to roll it? Will Millie roll it? Went out.
Alright.
It's the next one. All right, there's a second attempt again. And the penalty for Millie. Let's see if he'll go from here. The third one. This is from the goal box line. It went to the left side, too wide. Here we go. Kendall went out. Didn't make it. Seems like our competitors are having a hard time in level 3, but we don't have a winner, but indeed some points courtesy of our sponsors, Nature Spring, and palakpakan naman natin di Cebu penalty participants. Ayan. All right.
FC 1, Kaya FC Iloilo 1. It's been an eventful first half at the Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex, Glenn.
Yes, certainly has. And the end-to-end stuff from the start of the first whistle up until the end of the first half, you could really see that everybody was trying to gun for that 3 points. But so far, nobody has been able to take the edge out of the other. And you can thank these two goalkeepers in front of you, Siniza on Dynamic Herb Cebu FC side and Patrick Dato on Kaya FC Iloilo side, just keeping things level between the two teams.
The thing here is that Kaito Asano opened the scoring at the 16th minute of the game with a curling shot over Patrick Dato, but Kaya FC Iloilo had answers for that attempt as the counterattack was given to Martin Rey by Mardiano to score the equalizer. Hence, we are at 1-1 out here. And so far, in terms of the stats, we could feel that they are level in terms of possession, 44 or 50-50 in terms of possession, shot wise, count wise. This is what we're looking at out here, Glenn. 4 shots on target for Kaya, but 3 shots on target. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dynamic Herb Cebu having 5 shots on goal and 5 shots on target. So almost 100% accuracy in terms of the shot rate out there, Glenn.
Yeah, and that means to say that there has been a lot of, pwede mo sabihin na a lot of opportunities where Cebu didn't really have any difficulty in getting the shot away. Kasi to make sure that you have an accurate shot, you have to be aware of the goal, be aware of where you want to put the ball, and at the same time, you are not under any pressure to take it quicker than you normally would kasi may nag-ahabol sa'yo. And I think Cebu has been given that kind of benefit this afternoon.
Well, we have 45 minutes left here at the Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex, and I'm sure that we'll have a cracking match out here. Gusto rin naming pasalamatan yung mga viewers natin on our YouTube stream, yung mga nagko-comment. Nag-enjoy siguro sila sa ating halftime game dyan sa Dynamic Urban Romeo Sports Complex. Next time, sana meron daw hep-hep hooray sa RMS. At titignan natin kung kayang dalhin yan sa RMS. We have kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, at the second half of the game between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo, as Rhino Gutierrez looking to start right away on the left side. Clearance out here. Looks like there have been some substitutions out here for Kaya. Tuto Komaki is into the game, replacing Julius Mirbach. So that's more of a like-for-like change as Komaki slots into that left wing role for Coach Yuashide. Cross here, Ryan Gutierrez unable to get it. Gadia with the shot and saved well by Patrick Dato.
Gadia just fancying himself there after being able to find a little bit of space after the malagpasan niya yung huling defender. Just that it was really easy for Dato to read the trajectory of the ball.
Komaki with his first touches of the ball. Back to Casambre. Now Komaki. Again, he's on that left wing role. In yung role kanina ni Mirbach. Here's the confirmation of the substitution. We also have Eric Esso coming into the game in replacement of Brandon Zambrano. Once again, shout out to all of our viewers out there. Di na namin kayo maisa-isa, but thank you so much for catching this action between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. If I'm not mistaken, we have peaked at around 500 viewers earlier on. We're at 300 right now, so please make sure to share the stream to your friends and family as well. While Jan Melisa is getting some medical treatment on the field. Mula pa lang ng second half, talagang physical na.
Tsaka sa may bewang banda yung hawak. So I think it could really be a sign of him finding some fitness issues here. Hopefully not.
Melisa's gonna go off for a minute. one of the things that we may see in the future in the Philippines Football League, yung mga changes in terms of officiating. Marami yung nakita ko, Glenn, na will be implemented in the FIFA World Cup in the USA. Pero maya na natin pag-usapan yan as Dynamic Herb Cebu with possession. Here's Villanueva with the ball on the left side. Good pass against Diano. Looking for that opportunity. Goes down. Play continues. They put it back. Kapawa. Here's Demiroglu. Good pass to the middle. Ramos on the turn earlier on. Villanueva on the left flank, playing a wing-back role for Cebu with the cross. Headed away. Only as far as Villanueva, but Diano goes down. The foul is committed.
That was a really good sequence coming from Cebu. They were just shuffling the ball in front of the box just to find a way to get it through. Meron nga lang mga konting openings na sana ginawa nila yung pasa moving the ball forward to the wings. Unfortunate that they didn't see the open man.
So Dato with a free kick. Shoutout na rin daw sa napakaingay na fan ng Cebu FC na si Richie Abastas. Cebu have themselves a throw-in. Oh, is a usual scenery at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex as things are heating up between Cebu and Iloilo. Villanueva
You
being
can't call this
ushered
a derby.
Yeah, we can't call it a derby without any hotheads inside the field. Mukhang nagkasikuhan itong si Villanueva at itong si Diano. Young blood and a new blood, or old blood rather, having a bit of a tussle there. Again, this won't be a Visayan derby if walang bardagulan na mangyayari dyan sa Borromeo Sports Complex. Villanueva still keeping possession for Cebu. 5 minutes into the second half. Apart from the tussle on the bench, haven't had much action yet. Glad you've joined us in this wonderful Saturday afternoon. Floodlights have already come on at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. The sun has set, and we are in for plenty of action in this second round fixture between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. Maluman Soko clearing the ball out only as far as Villanueva, but the offside flag is up. It'll be a free kick in favor of Kaya, or rather Cebu. Short free kick here as Igami has been pressured on. Long ball forward. Demiroglu is hit back in. Now on to the other side they go. Demiroglu. Kapawa. The drums are beating. Players marching on for Cebu as they try to move forward. Foul is called against Kaya FC Iloilo with the applause of the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. It was Arya Igami who's down on the ground.
Looks like nothing more than
Let's see
that.
this one again.
Oh, a little bit too physical there coming from Diano, huh?
Kanina pa yan, yung mga paramdam itong si Diano sa players ng Cebu. And he's been in plenty of Visayas Derby for Kaya FC Iloilo nonetheless. He's been on the winning side most of the time, but this time around, that date gathers in midair and frees up Tutokomaki on the left side. Passing it to Ray. Good block. But it goes all the way back to Malaman Sopo. Toyota for the long ball forward. They bring it back to Dato instead. There's delivery for Melisa. It was offside there, says the referee. Gutierrez and Malaman Sopo having quite a word there, or Esa rather.
And that's the sign of Cebu just doing their job defensively, not just the offside, but again, napapansin na naman natin that Kaya is being forced with those long passes that are inaccurate. They have to play the game just like that. They have to keep the ball on the ground, because every time that they try to fancy their chances by doing a long pass up front, it's highly likely that the Cebu player would get the ball first.
Meanwhile, Cebu on the right side with Leo Makili, former Ateneo Blue Eagle standout, being pressured on, and Kumaki wins it for Kaya FC Iloilo. Kaishu Yamazaki starts the counterattack for the boys in black and yellow. Kumaki unable to keep it within real estate for the defending champions, so it'll be a throw-in for Cebu. Gadya with a throw, headed out by Casambre. Ramos. Now Komaki. Ramos with the pressure. Yamazaki. Mike Ott moving forward. Looks for the through ball, but Demiroglu is there to cover, and it's been cleaned up.
Very well positioned, the defenders to react.
Makiling unable to get a touch. Toyota look to reset with Yamazaki. Now moves forward. This is the usual position for Yamazaki to operate it in midfield, while Komaki on that left flank. Good pass to the middle, but intercepted by Kapawa only as far as Diano. Looking for Melisa. Shin to shin action. And Cebu right on the counterattack. Villanueva unable to get past the defender.
Ooh, looks like a cramp there.
It's Diano who's cramping now. Let's see this final action. Oof.
Yes. Definitely cramped there. Just nobody there to physically challenge him. That last pass, parang na-stretch ng konti yung kanyang calf, and right now he's kahit anong gawin mo, mas sobrang sakit mo.
Fair play. Just sportsmanship as well here from Jaime Rosquillo, helping Marvin Santiano. While Diano's getting some medical treatment, head over to our comment section to our YouTube stream. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for catching this game. We're now at 400 viewers. Closing in on that 500 mark. Kayang-kaya natin to. Yeah, plenty of fans looking for the halftime entertainment or halftime show. Gaya ng nakita natin kanina. If I'm not mistaken, that was our dear friend Dave Humon, the voice of the Philippines Football League sa stadium natin, sa RMS. Siya yung naging halftime host dyan sa Cebu. And Baliwan FC nagkakape daw. Shoutouts to Adrian. And si Siklistang Kalabaw. Ang mga pangalan ng mga viewers natin sa YouTube din. Napaka-interesting. Pero nag-iingat ako dahil mahirap na.
Gusto mong subukan magpasa pa, no?
Ayaw ko na. Mamaya na ulit. I think Diano's gonna be back up. Yes, he will. And we'll continue the action here at the Dynamic Herb Romeo Sports Complex. PH transfers. Shout out. Kaya moving forward.
Substitution for Kaya FC ILOILO. Player number 12, Diano, replaced by player number 44.
Diano rather has been substituted by player number 44, Oli Menzi. So that's a like-for-like substitution for Coach Yu Ashide after that injury. He's clearing the ball away. Casambre takes it back to Patrick Dato.
And again, Cebu right now has just been adding a lot of pressure up front there. You could see there the run from Liam Makiling just trying to force an error. And then here,
There goes down for Kaya, but play continues. Kaya will feel they have been hard done by the whistle there. Counter attack on the other side, but it's not going to bother Kaya anytime soon.
Diyan mo makikita yung strength ni Cebu sa quality ng transition nila for that quick counter attack. It's really menacing to see when you have the Cebu players moving up front and the ball just coming to them at will. It's a really different type of turnover in possession. Kung ikukumpara mo kapag nakuha ni Kaya at gusto nilang bumalik kaagad sa other side.
Miss hit here for Dato on the goal kick, but luckily for him, was able to gather that mistake. Long ball forward now for Kaya. Hour mark for the game, and it's been level so far. Nothing much has happened. By the way, shout outs to Ed from Page Transfers, having his debut on the mic. Yeah, more games to cover for our dear friend from PH Transfers. Back to Cebu we go, between Kaya and the hosts. Tuto Komaki finds Yamasaki in the middle. Great exchange of passes. To the left side, they go for Casambre. Komaki looking for the long ball forward for Yamazaki, but Demiroglu is there to cover. And the Turkish giant was able to clear that danger out. Gadya. Great pressure being applied by Kaya here. Foul committed by Rhino Gutierrez. Rhino hasn't been much influential in this game, Glenn. He's been at the end of a goal and an assist against Maharlika FC last time out here at the Dynamic Herb Romeo Sports Complex. But so far, we have yet to mention his name on the attack.
Well, you could attribute that. You could attribute that to Kaya just really tightening up the midfield, not giving Gautier the space that he could do to be creative, to move around, and even trouble the defense with. But they are giving a lot of space on the wings, and this is what Cebu really loves to do. That's why most of the passes that you see, the long passes that they do, are mostly diagonal or mostly trying to target the wingman on the far side.
And on the other side out here for Kaya, Mike Ott has been the provider for Kaya FC Iloilo in the past few games. But the problem so far is that he hasn't been much on the attacking phase. We've seen him score goals in this season. He's at 11 so far, but he's also with 10 assists. So Kaya's going to be leaning on Mike Ott for the rest of the match as Brian Villanueva looks to experience some cramps here as well.
Great sportsmanship there from the skipper of Kaya. Siya yung pinakaunang tumulong kay Villanueva. But again, you're right about the observations with Ott as well. Mike Ott has been one to not really need a lot of space kasi hindi siya ganun ka-dribbler as you would expect. But at the same time, they close down on him so quickly that they know if they can cut off the supply coming from Ott, then that does, in a way, disable a huge chunk of Kaya's attacking lethality.
Well, let's hope Brian Villanueva is going to be back up to his feet soon as he's still being checked out by his kuya from a former Tamaraw to another one. Both of them coming from the Far Eastern University football program have been champions both in the juniors and the seniors. But you have to correct me if I'm wrong for Brian Villanueva, as after his last championship with the juniors, he then went on to sign for Tuloy FC for the season. It looks like it's just cramps for Villanueva, but we might see a couple of changes here as well, as he's still down on the ground and being treated by their physios. So Yamazaki to restart the play, FC Iloilo, with about 25 minutes remaining in this match.
This is turning out to be more of a fitness contest now that it's reached a stalemate between the two teams.
Fitness-wise, they've been on plenty of games, both Kaya and Cebu. Casambre now moving forward. Shot from Esso straight to Ceniza. Demiroglu looking for the clearance. Pressure stays on as Kaya applying the pressure on Cebu. Play goes out in favor of the defending champions, Glenn.
Yeah, and you saw that Mike Ott knows. He can sense that he is being tracked down there. So the opportunity to get the ball and just let it play with Esso. Such a good pass there. Just Esso couldn't bury it himself.
And the play started with Mike Ott on the left side as we have a substitution out here for Cebu. Gordon Clyde Vitualia, I think that's going to be checking in for Brian Villanueva, so that's going to be a like-for-like substitution as well. Villanueva, who's been doing well on that left side for Cebu. Now they will have to rely on Vitualia to continue the progress for Cebu here. Dynamic curve Cebu FC looking to move forward with Kapawa. On to the right for Daniel Gadya, the team captain, finding the number 11 Arya Igami. Good pass by Ramos to Gadya, but the offside flag is up. It'll be a goal, or rather a free kick for Dynamic Curve Cebu. Patrick Dato conceding a goal in the first half, but has steadied himself towards the rest of the match and looking to keep it that way, as every point counts for Kaya FC Iloilo in this diminishing title race, or title defense we may say. Foul committed by Kaya there. There's John Melisa on the challenge. What we're talking about here, Glenn, is that Kaya over the last 3 games have had dismal performances, and this time around against Cebu, quite positive for them. A 1-1 draw. But if you're Kaya, would you take that towards the end?
In this situation, I really would prefer to get the 3 points, considering that they are still in the running here. They still have the opportunity to keep it going.
Siniza once again called into action as Kaya mounting the pressure here. That was Mike Ott with a lovely shot. Siniza still on the ground, feeling the after effects of the shot from Mike Ott.
Feels like there was a lot of power behind it. Let's look at that again. Mike Ott finds his spot, and then Siniza on his knees to just take that shot there. It was a good catch, though.
Siniza still might have felt the wind knocked out of him after that shot.
And then in that instance, Mike Ott was given a lot of time to turn and shoot, despite there being two defenders right near him. I think they were relying on just intercepting the ball.
We have to confirm if it is hurting in his stomach or not. I think the physios are checking on his fingers there. Most of the time, our goalkeepers have what they call the finger save. Parang skeleton dun sa labas ng goalkeeper gloves. That's the innovation that we've seen. But it often backfires to goalkeepers. Kasi kung iisipin mo, Glenn, no? If you have the finger saves in your goalkeeper gloves, medyo stiff yung feeling. So, naka-open palm ka most of the time. Pero, ang masakit dun is if you get a power shot, just like what Ott has sent one earlier on, pag nag-bend naman yun, dun mo mararamdaman yung after effects.
Kaya nga natin tinignan ulit kanina sa replay if there was some sort of tendency in which the finger had to take the full force of Mike Ott's shot. But it did appear that it kind of bounced off on his chest. Then again, baka yung initial contact sa bola was a bit awkward and mas masakit siguro kung nakatuo yung daliri mo by the time if the ball made contact.
Back to live action as a foul is committed by Yamazaki. Free kick in favor of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. We're into the final 20 minutes of this game. It's so far still level. Kapawa trying to move forward with the pass inside. But that's not going to count as it's offside. What a lovely turning shot from Makiling there.
And again, it's Makiling finding those little inches of space. It's just he moved a bit too soon. I think yun talaga yung intention niya to just draw the defense a little bit distracted and find that gap in the middle.
So Dato will be happy that was called offside. Now Malaman Soko sends the ball forward for Komaki, but Demiroglu is there to cover. Gadya against Komaki. Long ball forward. Malaman Soko clears it out. Yamazaki on the ball for Kaya. Good pass to the left. Komaki trying to find his teammate. Pressure is coming on from Ramos. Now, kakalma muna ang Kaya with Yamazaki bringing it back to Malaman Soko. So all the way back to Patrick Dato here. He sends a long ball forward, but nobody there, and finds Demiroglu instead. Ramos on the right side, through pass for Demiroglu, looking for the cutback, unable to do so. Gadya is there to help out. Gutierrez asking for it, he gets it. Ramos on the turn, goes down. Komaki gives the ball to Mike Ott. Counter attack for Kaya. Through ball, finding Martini Rey. Good coverage once again by Jaime Rosquillo to prevent that counterattack from Kaya.
Beautiful, beautiful movement by Rosquillo there because he knows that Demiroglu helped out with the attack. So mag-isa lang siya nun, and him being able to track that ball quickly, that was really good from him.
Malaman Soko gives it to Yamazaki. Yamazaki trying to find any teammate available, but the defense of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC has been pretty robust so far. Yamazaki. Menzi unable to find a teammate. Back to Yamazaki they go. Mike Ott in the middle. Looking to make something out of this possession. Mike Ott through ball for Martini Ray. Brings it back. Odi Menzi, Komaki, unable to get a touch. Goes for the turn. Casambre sends it out for a goal kick.
That was such wasteful play from Marco Casambre. And I think that was one of the rare instances where nagkakagulo sa harapan ng goal and the ball could have fallen anywhere and it fell kindly for Marco Casambre, but he should have taken that extra split second to maybe let the ball bounce, take an extra touch. He still had the opportunity to really just get it in and not hit it first time.
Wasn't going anywhere near Seniza, but worth taking that shot. He just rattled the goalkeeper. Goal kick now for Cebu as the drums are banging again at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex with a chance of Cebu FC. Enzi still unable to move forward is Kaya. Interception, trying to go that right side. Demiroglu clears it out for a throw-in. Menzi looking to take this throw. Ott unable to get the cross in. Cleared away by Cebu. Malamansoko could be costly, but Malamansoko gathers his own mistake. Ramos applying the pressure. Malamansoko unable to keep it in play.
Yeah, you could all see what he wanted to do. He just wanted to clear that ball first time, but miscued, mistimed that clearance.
They wanted to send it forward for Kaya, but it bounced back for Malamansoko. Tuwerte na lang at walang attacker yung Cebu. Gadia now moving forward for the Gentle Giants, looking for the cross in. Toyoda with the coverage. Intercepted. Here's a chance for Cebu. Malamansoko with the last-ditch effort in clearing that ball.
Toyoda there probably had a mini heart attack with his hands up right now. Nakita niya na he was really just taken away from him.
He's apologizing right away to Coach Yoshide after that almost costly mistake. Melisa with a cross. Headed out. Clearance for Cebu. Menzi take it all the way back to Malamansoko. Final quarter of action at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex, and we're still level at 1-1. Both teams looking to score maximum points in the hopes of threatening Taguig FC at the top of the standings. So far, they will be sharing it. Good tackle there. Throw in favor of Kaya.
As this result stands, this is definitely helping out Taguig in their quest to take the silverware. Any points that could be shaved off of anyone is a plus for them.
We also have Manila Digger FC breathing down their necks with 30 points in 12 matches. Just 4 points away between these two. And they've had a decent result in their game against Dewa United. And now they're going through to the semifinals of the AFC Challenge League after winning the entire quarterfinals on a 3-2 aggregate.
And I think they're the first Filipino club to do so, right?
Yep, they're the first Filipino club to proceed in the semifinals of the AFC Challenge League, let alone AFC competition since the time of Ceres Negros FC. And that's going to be welcoming for Manila Digger. But back to the action here, the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex with Casambre unable to win the ball for Kaya. Ramos for Cebu finds Kapawa. Now Gutierrez on the turn. Brings it to the left side, and Cebu looking for those pockets of space to operate in. There's Asano still trying to manage his way past Menzi, and he does. Menzi still covering. They can see the corner now.
That was Menzi just being left in the dust by the attacker, and it's really concerning for Kaya that they were not able to stop it at an earlier area.
There's Asano making life difficult for the substitute Odimenzi. The corner, a chance to get their goal back and their lead back.
Player number 10, Chandra Melisa, replaced by player number 30, Lucas Del Rosario.
The substitution here for Kaya. Lucas Del Rosario checking in for Janjan Melisa, hoping to use that height in the counter. Meanwhile, Cebu with a chance. Foul is called against the Gentle Giants here. So it'll be a free kick for Patrick Dato.
A little bit of trickery there being employed by Cebu with the corner, as you can see from their formation earlier. It's just unfortunate that their execution ended with a foul rather than an attempt on goal.
Casambre on the right side, or left side rather. Sends it forward for Komaki. Martini Rey heads it towards Komaki. Play continues as Mike Ott finds the opening. Looking for Martini, not alert for the possibility, and it's been cleared out by Cebu. Still waiting for the throw in here for Cebu. Or Kaya rather. Casambre. It's that left side for Ray. Demiroglu looking for the clearance, but has been dispossessed. Mike Ott to the right side. Good tackle. And Cebu still on the defense. There goes down. Foul committed in favor of Kaya. A bit late for the assistant referee to call it. But nonetheless, a free kick for Kaya FC Iloilo.
Let me just say, that was a really critical interception coming from Bitualia. That was Mike Ott just laying the ball, a good pass to his teammate. Had it not been for the quick reaction from the defender to snuff that ball out before it became a threat.
So free kick in favor of Kaya FC Iloilo with less than 10 minutes remaining here in this game. Mike Ott to deliver this. They have Lucas Del Rosario fresh from the bench. Here's the free kick. Mike Ott headed away by Gutierrez. And Asano start the counter-attack for Cebu. Long ball forward. A great through pass for Makiling on the right side. Casambre giving chase. Still with Makiling. With the cross. Cleared away by Mike Ott. Still with Cebu and Leo Makiling with a cross in. Back to Makiling they go. Gutierrez brings it down. Deflection. It continues with Makiling on the right side, but Komaki is there to cover. Now, Komaki finally clears it, but only as far as Kapawa, who retains possession for Cebu.
Kaya's defense just getting caught ball watching several times. The clearance was really poor. They really should have just ended the attack right then and there.
Meanwhile, Kaya now looking to go for the counterattack with Komaki on the left side. Crossing it to the right for Del Rosario. Still with Del Rosario here. Looking for that next pass. Del Rosario on the left side. Short one, not taken well by Mike Ott. They goes to the side of Cebu with Kapawa on the left. Long ball forward now. Gathered well by Menzi. Del Rosario to Ray. Looking for Mike Ott. Covered well by Gadia. It's going to be cleared by Rostillo. 7 minutes remaining. And Kaya knocking on the doors. Long ball forward once again for Komaki on the left. Komaki takes a shot, just goes over the bar and miss.
I thought that ball had enough spin to really just get it to dip under the bar. Komaki had a lot of power under it. Just not enough dip to get that ball under.
We'll go to Demiroglu, to the team captain Gadia, as they are trying to calm things down on their side. Yamazaki being pressured on by Ramos there. Throw in once again for Kaya. We're entering the final 5 minutes plus stoppage here at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. If things end as a draw, it'll be favorable for Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. More importantly, for Juan Taguigos at the top of the standings, as well as with Manila Digger on fourth. Counter-attack for Cebu. A chance to the other side. Gliding effort. Goes out wide for the number 11 Igami.
Cebu just really loves to take advantage of Kaya's tendency to put a lot of defenders in the middle. The wings are always open, always with that space for the wingers to just maneuver and put the delivery into the box. Ilang beses na natin nakita na nagkakaroon ng cross at yung supply na yun hindi nila kayang pigilan so far.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Kaya doing their best to put an attack in. Casambre with the long ball forward for Komaki. But Gadia is there to cover. Mike Ott gathers the ball for Kaya FC Iloilo. Komaki on the turn, back to Ott. With the overlap for Komaki. Cleared out for a corner by the number 11, Arya Igami. My Glenn, we are in for the best 5 minutes so far this season between Kaya and Cebu.
Both of these teams have really given up, set the expectations that this is going to be a hard game for both of them. And so far, it's really paying dividends.
Been tight for both sides, level on points, level on goals so far in this game, level in possession as well earlier on. Still have 4 minutes to find that separation between Cebu and Kaya. And the defending champions get back to winning ways? Or will Coach Yoshida's side continue to go in a downward spiral? Deniza sends long ball forward. Eso with a long ball forward as well to Ott. Now finds Ray on the right against Demiroglu with the cross, but unable to find a black shirt. Deniza will take some time with the ball.
It's not just a matter of finding a black shirt in the middle. Demiroglu has just been that brick wall who hounded down the attacker and kept the ball within a reasonable area. hindi niya mahanapan ng pasa dahil the moment he puts the brakes on or stops, he feels that Demiroglu would be able to take the ball away.
Another player down for Cebu. This is Rhino Gutierrez. Again, fitness is the challenge for both sides out here. As you could also see some players from Kaya getting some treatment. And substitution again for you.
Player number 15, Marco Casamba, replaced by player number 7, Jobin Bedi.
This is going to be an offensive-minded change, Glenn, as Jobin Bedi comes in for Marco Casambre, who's a defender. So we might expect that Kaya will play with 3 center backs and more on the attacking role here.
I think they're going to be banking small opportunities where magkakaroon na naman ng konting kalituhan sa harap ng goal. Actually, the ball falls into the feet of somebody who can take a shot from distance, and Kaya is hoping that that's a situation that they can benefit from.
Let's see if these substitutions will play out well for Kaya. Cebu chanting their team on with less than 90 seconds remaining in this game. Odi Menzi getting a touch on Asano, so it'll be a goal kick for Kaya. That's the confirmation of the substitution. Bedic checks in for Casambre. Patrick Dato sends this ball out. Mike Ott to Jovin Bedic. Here's Komaki on the left side. 30 seconds remaining. Cross. Headed out by Rosquillo. There's also substitution on the other side as Rhino Gutierrez checks out for Kore. Here for the additional time. Free kick for Kaya. By the looks of it, we're going to get 4 minutes added on to this game.
4 minutes.
There's the delivery inside, headed out. Menzi on the third. Esso with a challenge. Cebu on the counter once again. Player goes down. Mike Ott with the foul. He's going to get guarded for that. That is duty foul from the team captain. And Vitualia just smiles as he walks away from that challenge.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first yellow card of the game, the first booking.
We'll have to confirm if that's the first booking, but nonetheless, it's your team captain that got booked with 4 minutes remaining. And a free kick to boot for Cebu. Chance to dig a deeper hole on Kaya FC Iloilo's title defense this season. Long ball forward. A touch. Headed in. Asano, but Patrick Data denies. Cebu with a goal-scoring opportunity, but he's down on the ground.
I think that was an awful contact. Menzi trying to clear it, and both of them were just going for the ball. It's a teammate on teammate situation here.
Here's what happened. Yep, it was Menzi with the boot out, but with both players really looking out for that goal and keeping that goal out, was a sacrifice for Patrick Dato. Question is, will that sacrifice be enough for Kaya? Data still being treated here by the physios. But Glenn, what a game we have here. 1-1 with 2 minutes remaining. Cebu almost getting that goal and getting that advantage, but Dato saving the blushes of the defending champions.
No, and on one side, that is definitely what you would expect from your goalkeeper, just sacrificing your body to avoid a goal. But now that he has been a little bit damaged from that encounter, I wonder if he would be able to maintain that level of play that he has. Because comparing to his other previous games, this so far has been one where he has been effective. And this is one of those that he's been attacked relentlessly as well.
We resume play. Cebu looking for that elusive go-ahead goal. Kore frees up the man on the left side. Counter-attack time. With the cross, a chance. Keita once again. Another strike, and he sends it out. Dismal chance or shot from Ramos to put the game to bed, but unable to do so.
The feeling they're almost just one touch away from directing it into the goal, and Data just reacted so quickly there. He cannot afford to have that an extra touch.
Ramos, though, had the opportunity, the golden opportunity to put that game to bed at the last minute, but just unable to convert from close range. Now Dato will send this ball out any moment now. Chris Martignola will call time, but he will call a foul first on Kore. Quick free kick taken by Cebu. On the right side they go. Kore. Komaki freed up on the left. Jovin Bedic with the ball for Kaya. Last chance saloon for the defending champions against Cebu. Mike Ott. Dr. Demiroglu is there to cover. Esso on the right. Del Rosario, good pass. Demiroglu once again. Covering well for Cebu. Yamazaki. Del Rosario against Demiroglu. Cebu clearing the ball out once more. One final chance for Cebu. It will not go their way as Patrick Dato keeps the ball, and that's the end of the game. Dynamic curve, Cebu FC went to scoring first in the 16th minute, but it was then canceled by Kaya FC Iloilo. And at the end of 95 minutes, it's 1-1 between Dynamic Curve Cebu and Kaya FC Iloilo. Glenn, your thoughts on this match?
To be perfectly honest, that is a fair reflection of the game. End-to-end stuff. The defense doing their job as needed. On the other side, Data just keeping his team alive in the last remaining minutes, especially when Cebu usually they have a final flourish. And in this situation, Cebu was not able to capitalize. This, I believe, would be the first time that Dynamic Herb Cebu has lost points. Despite not losing at home, they have lost 2 points to Kaya and will be splitting just the spoils today.
Well, Dynamic Curve Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo came into this game sitting in second and third with level on points. They will end this fixture level on points, but Cebu with the upper hand with a 2-game at hand. One Taguig FC will be smiling after that game, certainly as Manila Digger FC, as they have a chance to chase the top of the table. Meanwhile, at the end of the game, it's 1-1 between Dynamic Herb Cebu FC and Kaya FC Iloilo. Here at the Dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex. In behalf of everybody in our broadcast panel, we would like to thank you all for catching this game and hope you could join us once again in the game or in the next games of your Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. We are PFL.
Deixa a timidez de lado, puxa a big e vem dançar. Mostra tudo que cê sabe que o Livinho vai te olhar. Pode sentar. Pode sentar. E se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada. Se tiver muito excitada, pode dançar pelada. Duvidar, nem você. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você descer. Balança a bunda agora, eu quero ver você
response being awarded as man of the match. What's going through your head being awarded as one man of the match?
Yeah, obviously, very relieved to have helped the team. Like I said, the last few games I haven't played as well as I wanted to. So to help the team today, to get it for the team, something I can be happy about.
Your thoughts on the performance of the team because your opponents here in Cebu with a huge crowd?
I think we played very well. We controlled the game. We received one goal out of the blue. For me, it's around against the play against run of play. So we controlled the game, but we didn't give up. We showed character. We scored one back. We kept pushing for the winner. But credit also to Cebu. They defended well. They also countered a lot. So we had to still defend and be sure at the back. So in the end, I think the 1-1 is a fair result to both teams. It's always an intense match for this derby. So yeah, it's a good game for the spectators.
Thank you. Sorry, thank you again.
That's final now.
Yeah, final.